Hi everybody, I'm Ted and this is Dan, and we're here to talk to you today about Virteom and what we do. And Dan, I think the best place to start is, what is Virteom? What's that mean?
Sure. We started Virteom, and what it stands for is Virtuous Neon Cranium. If you smash those words together, it says Virteom.
I thought it was Latin.
No, well, a lot of people think it's that,
Yeah.
but really Virtuous Neon Cranium equals upstanding bright thinkers. We like to look at ourselves as inventors. Nowadays, what do we invent? We invent websites, mobile applications, digital marketing tools. We have all sorts of things, but really our focus is focused around business growth. How do we grow our customers? And we just happen to play in the digital space. We kind of almost look at ourselves as anything outside of your firewall, outside of your building, whether it's your website or a mobile application, or even digital marketing. How do we bring leads in and customers in, that type of thing? That is everything we do. So
when people ask me, what do you guys do? I say Virteom builds smart websites.
Yep.
And what does a smart website do? Well, it should help you do something other than just look pretty, like you said. Right? So it should boost your business. It should bring in leads, convert those leads to customers, and once you start doing that, help you scale your business and grow. And there's some different ways that we do that too. I think the biggest way is our process.
Sure.
And I'd like to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just high level, through our process, we have a discovery phase, a persona development phase, keyword analysis, sitemap component to it, content creation, then the actual web design or mobile app portion, and then we actually get into like the client review and the site or mobile app launch piece. And then there's a whole slew of stuff that happens after site launch, but we'll get into that in a minute.
I think one of the important things is a website should tell a story, and it should speak to, and the piece in here that's really important is the persona.
Yeah.
This was actually a persona we created for a client. Where we really drilled down, and there was more than one persona.
Sure.
But this is the buyer, the persona, the user.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So prior to persona, we actually sent out a survey. We do a leadership cross-analysis on leadership to make sure that the leadership understands the goals of what we're trying to accomplish. And we also make sure that we've aligned leadership with those goals. If we do it any other way, then it can be kind of crazy. But after we get through that, then we go through what we call the buyer persona component. And in the buyer persona piece, we basically have it where we're trying to understand what the buyer's pains are, why they say yes, why they say no, and really kind of understand those buyers. And what we've found, even over the past year or two, is we've had customers in here that have maybe been in business for 20 or 30 years, and they're just completely 100% astounded and amazed at our buyer persona process. What's happened with the buyer persona piece is not only does it help us as a development firm actually build out something that matters to your customers, but we also found that what it does is it also aligns your internal team. Now they actually understand who their buyers are, and we actually label them by name. This is buyer A, this is buyer B, this is buyer C, this is why they say yes, this is why they say no, these are the pains they have. When you answer the phone, this is what you should do for this particular buyer versus that one. It's pretty amazing. And when you get to that level of understanding this around marketing, you can really understand how this then translates into blogs, video creation, video production, advertisements, online advertisements, Facebook, social media, LinkedIn, and how you position that message based on buyers. What we've found is a lot of companies actually will try to roll all their buyers up into one message, right? And what I mean by that is you might have, your website might say how great we are as a company, that's what your website says, but you don't necessarily target right down to the actual buyers and what things mean for them.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. So many people build their website out to talk about themselves. But it doesn't matter. That's why the persona is important. It's to talk about the journey and the story. What's in it for me? It's important. I mean, if you're a doctor, you should probably talk about why you're qualified to perform surgery. But once you do that, then you should talk about what you're going to get out of it after the surgery. And so one of the ways that we do that, once we kind of build that out, that buyer and that message determines the sitemap, determines how the site is structured,
Yep.
And then we can start driving leads to your business, because ultimately what we do is we build out your website as an experience for the user so that we can drive leads to the website, right? And we kind of have a formula for that.
Yeah, we call it a recipe.
Yeah.
We got it right here. You might not be able to see it because it's kind of tiny, but roughly, once we get through this is actually what happens after we launch a website. We go through this whole process where we start to extract metrics and data of the traffic that's coming through the site, and then we start to build out different types of plans. So search engine optimization is a piece of it, and then you can see we have our SEO boost up there as the starting point, and then we also have ad boost. And so what we do with ad boost is we launch ads for about a month, and in there we mine metrics and data based on how people search terms that they use to search. And then after that month period, we then launch blog boost, which is basically a response to the types of metrics that we have coming through. And we basically build out articles based on what people search for. So now your site becomes extremely rich based on that type of traffic that's flowing through. And then those blogs then drive traffic either into your website and or your e-com platform or whatever it is that we're running for you. And then you can kind of see it goes up to campaign boost, which is us driving like email campaigns and drip campaigns and all that kind of stuff using those metrics as well. That then hopefully at that point you're driving traffic into the site. They're filling out website forms and or they're making phone calls. We also do call recording. So we will record the phone calls from anybody that's coming off of those ads so that you can actually justify the ad spend. And all of that will funnel down into, at least here, what we're showing here is it goes into our CRM marketing automation platform, TouchConvert. And at that point, we are then now training your salespeople on how to use TouchConvert, how to manage those leads as they come through. Those leads can come through a bunch of different ways. They can come through as a phone call. They can come through as an email. They can come through as a website form that was filled out. And they can also come through as a recorded phone call through an ad. So there's plenty of different ways that happens. And then we have our CRM sales boost in there as well, which is roughly really just trying to help boost our clients into understanding how to operate a CRM correctly and how that all kind of blends in with marketing automation.
Which two things here, by the way. I use TouchConvert on a regular basis. From a sales standpoint, it's highly effective. It's simple to use. It's built for tactics. In my previous life, I owned another business, and honestly, I just used Outlook. I was an Outlook super user.
Right.
And that's great.
Yeah.
But this is simple.
Yeah.
I keep track of my leads that come in through the website. It downloads automatically into TouchConvert. I'm able to set tasks, follow up with people, and convert sales.
Yep.
And that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
And one of the other things up there in our recipe was blogs, and that's what we're doing right now. This is called a hybrid blog.
Yep.
And this is where we're talking organically about what we do. Yep. And we'll use that in our process.
Right. Like literally we are inside of a video studio here that we've created, and our customers come in here and they sit down and there's all sorts of lighting and cameras and everything, and we're able to switch between slides and everything that you're seeing here. This is all built around driving traffic to your site. I don't want to get into too much of that because I'm trying to be cognizant of everybody's time. I know you guys have been watching this video for a little bit here. We'll get into some of those details in other videos, but the idea here is we want to drive traffic to your site. Google ranks you by how long you hold traffic on your website, so videos are pretty interesting. This is a hybrid blog component of what we're doing.
A little longer than the standard.
It's a little longer. This one's a little longer than
trying to give you the full picture of where we're at, and we might break this up into smaller videos.
Yeah. Usually you want to try to keep it around 2 minutes. We're probably at roughly 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we are going to let you guys go. This is just the beginning of understanding what Virteom can do for you guys. And if you want to know more, then visit Virteom.com, which is www.virteom.com. Or if you want to just wait till this video is over, we'll throw it up on the screen for you to look at.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.